to a NDTV Profit exclusive, IDBI Bank divestment. That is what has been doing rounds and everyone's talking about it since quite some time. And that is something which has been discussed at the RBI board meeting. My colleague Srini joins in with more details as to what she's been picking up so far. Srini, what do you have for us? Because the divestment is something that everyone is eyeing right now.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is holding a meeting with DIPAM, the department which is handling the disinvestment, to review the progress of the strategic disinvestment of IDBI Bank, is what sources, hinting at. In fact, the meeting is happening at 4 o'clock, is what sources indicating. And this follows the discussion on the stake sale at the RBI board meeting earlier in the day, where Senior Finance Ministry and Central Bank officials were apprised of the status of the transaction. As we reported, as we know, that DIPAM has received bids for strategic sale, and about 2 to 3 bids were received by the government, is what sources again hinted. The transaction, of course, involved the sale of both Center and LIC combined stake, which is 60% odd. And then the review is what sources highlighting that is expected to focus on the evaluation of bids and all the regulatory clearances and the timeline for closing the transaction. Now, timeline is very important, as you know that government is kind of maintaining the timeline of announcing the winning bidder by end of March. So we are very close. It's about next month. So that timeline is very crucial, and that's the review is coming ahead of that timeline which government has kept. And of course, before deciding on the winning bidder, this meeting is very, very crucial, because SM herself is taking the review meeting with the DIPAM department. So we will get to know more after this meeting how that will turn out. Back to you.
All right. Thanks a lot, Shrimi, for it. Interesting development coming in. But banking space is something which we are looking at. Gurmeet, of course, IDBI Bank, you need your views on that as well. And also IDFC First Bank, we all know what has happened. A big fraud amount has been, announced by the bank itself, but they haven't recognized it as yet. The street is still confused on that. Just want to get your perspective on both of these stocks, Gurmeet.
So, overall, we are very constructive, Sharad, on this space. If you see over last few months, we've got more than $10 billion FDI and growth capital. And if you take the system is leveraged about 7-8 times, that's almost like $80 billion additional growth capital coming into the sector. And already, if you see, the bank credit growth is upwards of 14-15%. So that's very good sign. Liquidity is improving, even the M3 supply is good. So we are pretty constructive. I think some rotation might happen because it's been PSU banks all the way for last couple of quarters. In fact, there is no valuation premium left. Very little left, if I would say, between, let's say, an SBI or SDFC. So that gap has got bridged. So some bit of rotation may have happened back in tier 1 private banks. Somebody like SBI has given a 13% guidance on credit growth, which is phenomenal, on a 50 lakh crore plus balance sheet. Stock continues to do well. So we are very constructive. In tier 2 banks, we have Federal and RBL in the portfolio. We are looking at some of the NBFCs as well. We do not have any exposure to IDBI or IDFC First Bank. I also think one should wait it out in IDFC First. It's very disappointing. And that's a risk you run, in financials. One event can just shave off your months of and maybe years of return and can lead to derating. Also, in issues like this, often there's multi-layers which happen. So there'll be a lot of recovery, asset seizures, which will happen over a period of time. So we should just wait it out. We should see if it's just restricted to this, or there is it's a little more widespread in terms of layering of this transaction. So better to wait it out. There are enough opportunities, and it's not that the stock is very cheap. So there are enough opportunities on the other side.
Opportunities, you should wait it out on IDFC First or a small finance bank as well. Nagaraj, quick view when it comes to PSUs, because we've seen 3 consecutive weeks of gains when it comes to the PSU bank index. There is some positivity that has continued in today's session as well. Would you still be a buyer on the charts?
Yeah, technically still it is positive, though it has more placed at the higher levels. I don't think there is any reversal pattern forming at the higher levels. I think 1 or 2 days of consolidation, we could see this PSU banking sector moving up further in the short term.
All right, let's just pull up IDBI's chart as well. You're seeing a good uptick coming in for the counter. Nagaraj, your views on these counters?
Yeah, IDBI has been in a constant up move recently, tops and bottoms on the chart, indicating a sustainable up move. Currently placed at the hurdle of around 118, 119 levels. I'm not expecting a big hurdle for this time. And eventually we could see IDBI Bank moving above this resistance in the near term.